debate was big the entire of last year, even after the Gen Z's events of last year, June 25th, 2024. Issues around debt. We've talked about debt since President William Ruto came into office. Incidentally, he's marking 3 years this Saturday since he took oath of office to become president. Now, this story talks about how much money is being borrowed. A total of 3.5 trillion shillings borrowed so far in the first 3 years of William Ruto's administration. 2.29 million shillings per minute, which is about 137.5 million shillings per hour, and 3.3 billion shillings per day. This is according to the Standard. But the issue is where is this money going? Because we understand that the mega infrastructure projects that this administration is undertaking is being funded through alternative funding methods. The Talanta Stadium is being funded through a securitization program. The same Rironi to Mau Summit Road, they're using something similar, Odede. The question Kenyans are asking is, yes, you talked about debt and you said that the reason why we are adopting higher taxation is so that we do not go back to debt. This is a lot of money for 3 years. But where is the money going? That's the issue. Are we borrowing to repay debt? What exactly is happening? These are the questions Kenyans are asking.
Yeah, sure. We're borrowing to repay debt. That has happened. A lot of debt that was there, that was left by the regime of the retired president and the regime that actually they shared with William Ruto. Some of those debts were coming to maturity in the time that William Ruto has now become president. You remember the debts like SGR. We messed as a country, and it is good to own up. When SGR, for example, were done, we knew these were debts we were borrowing. And we didn't use that money appropriately because we even decided to buy a whole new land for that line when we had the old line there. And right now, when you are in the SGR, you can see the old line on the other side, which we don't know how the old line is now helping the country. But all those were to end up somewhere. I was in this country at some point when the then CS for Treasury was being asked, where did you use the 250 billion euro bond? And they said they got the money and mixed it with all the other monies here. And so it could not be pointed directly that this is where we had put the 250 billion euro bond. This is where we had put this other money we borrowed here and there. So all that were basically coming to bite us at this time. So I don't know why sometimes Kenyans wake up and imagine they have just come from another planet. They didn't see these things coming.
Could it be because of the promises we were given?
Here.
Could it be because of the promises we were given that this time round we will not borrow and what we are adopting is higher taxation instead? Then why are we here?
That is a beautiful question, but it should be answered by those people who bought those promises. Some of us didn't buy those promises that we are not going to borrow, everything is going to be rosy, Hustler is going to be the greatest human being on earth, tutatoa watu chini, tukipeleka juu. Some of us didn't buy all that. So I would not pretend to answer that question. When you one time have in this someone who bought that and believed it, then they should tell us what has actually happened. But some of us knew it is going to be a problem. We have expressway. We knew definitely something is going to bite us as long as the time of maturity of the debt. Anybody who has a debt, when it matures, you have to scratch.
The expressway is funded in a different way, the same with Talanta Stadium and even the Rironi Mau Summit Road. And we are saying that is not included in this 3.5 trillion.
It is not included.
Yes.
But we are still, in a way, paying more for those, because much as it is a PPP does not mean we don't have a share in it. We still have a share in it. So I am taking you back to the high taxation. We still give part of what we can give to that, but we also give more to pay the debts that were actually accrued. So even after President William Ruto, the rate at which we are borrowing we can assure anybody else who is going to be president, and I can see many people want to be president, we pray for them. They are going to inherit all this. So the earlier we have a good conversation today, other than we don't want to talk about it, we don't want to be part of this, we don't want anything. You may say, I don't want, I've seen one of the members of parliament selling everywhere he goes, I'm the only MP who has never met William Ruto, as if that is some piece of legislation in parliament or some oversight role, I don't know. But you can say, my hands are clean, I have never met him, I have never, then you go get elected and take power and inherit all this debt. Then what are you going to do? We are still going to see a lot. So I think it is a good conversation to have right now. How do we stop accruing more debts?
Bonapogisio, the understanding is that debt is purely entered into to fund development projects. That's the basic understanding. But the question now here is, what is this money for? Because no one is seeing the direct benefits of the money. Are we saying we could actually have spent 3.5 trillion shillings without something